Good evening to you, D-Landers. Robbo Lands Vids, how the devil are you? Monday evening, 8:01 of the P of that M, that there. It's what it is on that clock. Different on the microwave, but that's a joke you won't get because I told it on another video that hasn't been released yet. It's confusing being here, it really is. Anyway, how the devil are you? Hope you're all well. What we got here? Firkin Fox, Badger Firkin Fox. Moorish, biscuity beer and all of that, so cheers. Smells like the sort of beer, when you go to a beer festival in the summer over here and you get a beer and you don't know what it is and you sniff it and you go, well, that's quite nice. Smells like one of them, so that's pretty good. 4.6%, 4.6%. That's that missing percentage we lost the other day. I sent Jeff down a hole for that. Oh well. I got some interesting new software last night. A thing called Caustic. Caustic. Depends how you pronounce it. C-A-U-S-T-I-C. And I found it's a music making app. That's available for Android, but I downloaded the Windows version and dumped it onto my PC here and was messing about with that last night. It's one of these things for where you create all the music with either mouse clicks or recording with MIDI. There's no audio involved at all, but it's years and years ago I bought a PlayStation 1, Sony PlayStation 1 at a car boot sale, which is where people take all their junk and sell it. And you can come home with an absolute load of rubbish. But I came home with a PlayStation 1 years ago and I bought a game for it, a bit of software called Music 2000. Excuse me, Music 2000. And for me, it was and has been the best, the easiest to use, the most versatile piece of kit that does all that sort of stuff. We're looking at things like Fruity Loops and Reason and all of that sort of stuff. Reason I used to quite like actually. But Fruity Loops, and there's LMMS Studio and various other things like that. But this thing, Caustic, I got it last night and I dumped it onto the computer here and started messing about with it. There's also a whole bunch of really good tutorials on YouTube if you go to the Caustic site on YouTube, which I'll put a link for down here, and I'll put a link to single cell software where you can actually get there, get the bit of kit. It's also available on the Play Store. I don't get any money for this. It's a really cool bit of kit. I just want to tell you guys and girls about it. So you get 14 tracks, effectively 14 tracks, 14 instruments you can run, and it's on a grid system, and you can program all the stuff in and all that sort of stuff. And you've got a variety of synths, and you've got a drum machine, a sampler, string synth, subtractive synth, FM synth, PMW synth, various other bits and pieces, modular synth. And you can record samples. You've got a vocoder in there and that sort of stuff, so you can really go to town on it. You've got sample players and things like that, so it looks like something that will be incredibly versatile, incredibly useful, and I've been after something like this for years. I've got LMMS, Linux Multimedia Studio, which is pretty much a copy of Fruity Loops, but there's things in it that I just don't like. There's things that just confuse the crap out of me. And this thing, say the tutorials are brilliant. It's got about couple of dozen videos just going through every single aspect of the thing, and that's it. That's the whole thing's covered in about an hour or 2 hours of watching videos, and then after there it's up to that and this. Click. So there you go. I'll show you where it is. Let's come for a quick trip over here, and I apologise for my appalling camera work because I've got to try and do this with one thing and look at the other. And so there we go. There's there's Google Play. And there's, can we see it? Caustic 3 on the Google Play Store. Okay, so that's their site there. And that's the Android app you can download. I haven't done that one yet because my tablet's a little bit knacked. And there's a visit the website thing down there. Anyway, I'll visit the website, and here we go, single cell software. That's where you end up. And if you scroll down here, or you go to Caustic up here, you will find down the bottom of the page there. Windows installer. Unless you're using, there's a Mac one as well, and whatever else. So get that. It's a really, really small bit of kit, and it comes up looking like, we'll just turn it down because it's pretty loud. There it is. I've got a thing on my desktop here. We'll just kick it in and see what it goes. There you go. There's a welcome screen. Come down here. I'm not going to give you a tutorial on it, but I'll just show you what I've done. I'll just load a song up. Caustic Robbo test. Load. There you go. And there's a master on there. And I will click to show you what I've got. There's a beatbox on there. Okay, and then I can go down here and program in all the stuff by clicking on things. All right. You've then got a I've got a bassline synth I've put in there, and then I've just done a really, really simple 4-note bassline, that sort of thing. Yep. Carry on scrolling down. The wah groove, which is pretty cool. That's another drum pattern, but I've done some things on that, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then there's an organ, and huge swelling organ. I've bunged some notes in there and done some bits and pieces. So all drawn with mouse clicks, copy and paste, all that sort of stuff. You can also use a MIDI keyboard. So somehow there you go. It's me playing on that. All right. So, but basically, you can do all this stuff with mouse clicks and all this sort of stuff. You've then got an effects, bunch of effects that you can put 2 effects on each instrument. You've then got your master mixer, and then you've got your master EQ and various other bits, and then your song editor, where you basically get all these various patterns. So if I've created a pattern on this thing here, that is pattern A1, see all that? And then basically I just dump it in here, and so on. So, pretty cool, eh? Let's just put you back over here. I'm going to have a quick listen to what it sounds like. Ta-da! Oh, it doesn't fall over. It might well do. Yeah, this is what I did. And it's just messing about first time out, and that's, well, I've got a I'll show you what I've got. So I've got that. So I programmed that in with a brush kit, and on the beatbox drum machine you can add your own samples, and there's a sample editor and all that sort of stuff. So I got that. I've got a bass line. And I've bunged that through a couple of different effects and things like that. I've then got this wah groove, which is actually a, I'll take that off, that couple of tin cans being bashed together, put through some delay and whatever, and then put through a wah pedal, okay, and then I've got the organ. So that's just what I messed about with the other night, and if I go to song, I'll then play the whole thing, what I've done so far, and it's just so easy, and I've been after something like this for absolutely bloody ages. Great thing is you can then do that, 14 tracks of that, export the MIDI to something different like Reaper or whatever it is that you want to use, put all your own synths, put all your own sounds in, do what you like. You can export MIDI, you can export WAV, and it looks like a really cool piece of kit. So that's it. This is what I did with it. Obviously, I'm going to be banging loads more stuff and messing about and rearranging this and seeing what happens. But in the old days, I did tons and tons of stuff on the Music 2000. And the only limit I found on that was the limit of the actual internal memory on a PlayStation 1. So you were using samples down to 11 kilohertz, 11, whatever they were, sample rate instead of 44.1. So that's, hang on. Just pissing about last night after a few do. So this is the sort of thing that can destroy sleep patterns for months and months on end. I think I was up to about 6 o'clock this morning messing with this, but just having some fun. And I was talking to this the other week about, you write stuff using mouse clicks and things like that rather than your normal guitar or keyboard or whatever, and you tend to come up with completely different things that you wouldn't necessarily write. That doesn't sound like a particularly guitar-friendly riff, but that's the point of it, you know. I think it exports WAVs in quite decent quality, up to sort of 32-bit quality or something, so it seems like a fantastic piece of kit. I'll dump some links under here to the to their website. There you go, and to their YouTube site as well, because that's where all the tutorials are. Go get it. It's a tiny little piece of programming about that sort of big. You don't need an external MIDI keyboard or anything to do it. You can do it all with a click on your mouse and have some ludicrously groovy, wobbly fun. I know I have. Excellent. Right. Viva la Revolution. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, people. Have fun. Goodbye from here.